In Spanish, the verb to be is not one verb, but two, ser and estar. The difference between them is conceptual and grammatical, and in this video, we'll see how they work in Spanish in the present tense. In general, while ser establishes permanent traits, identity, and what something is, factually, estar describes a temporary condition or state. This distinction is fundamental, creating a difference between something permanent and temporary. We can begin with ser, the primary verb for to be. In the present, the verb has irregular conjugations, and they must be memorized. Soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. As always, Spanish often drops the pronoun because the verb conjugations already tell you who the subject is. Now that we know the conjugations, we can focus on the core uses of ser, starting with description. Ser defines physical or personal traits about something or someone, like saying, El carro es rojo. Mi profesor es inteligente. Because the verb explains something permanent, it also defines occupation, jobs, and roles, like soy estudiante. Mi madre es doctora. As a note, no article is needed when expressing a profession. At the same time, ser is used for time, origin, relationships, and characteristics, like son las tres. Hoy es lunes. Soy de México. Ella es de España. Él es mi hermano. Ana es mi amiga. El perro es grande. In general, this is how ser works in Spanish, listing things as factual traits about something or someone. Now, we can see estar, which also means to be, but in a temporary way. Its conjugations in the present are predictable, but there are some irregularities, like y in yo, and the use of accents in some conjugations. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. The accents are necessary because some words without them would result in demonstrative adjectives. This topic will be shown later in the grammar, but the point here is to remember the accents. Unlike ser, estar is mainly emphatic in showing temporary states or conditions. This means that the verb can describe emotional states that can change over time, and it emphasizes something that a person may feel in the moment. The core uses of estar are emotions, conditions, location, and position. Some examples are estoy feliz. Ellos están nerviosos. Estoy cansado. El café está caliente. Estoy en casa. El libro está abierto. To further understand the use of estar, we can compare it with ser, especially with adjectives that can change meaning depending on the verb. Es listo. Está listo. Es aburrido. Está aburrido. Es rico. Está rico. Every sentence is correct, but each one is used in a different context. By saying es listo, we indicate that he is a clever person in general, so it's a trait that he has. It's a more permanent characteristic than a current condition. However, by saying está listo, we indicate a temporary state and a momentary condition that he has now, but it can change. This is the main difference between the verbs. Ser indicates something permanent, which is a trait, and estar is about something temporary, which is a momentary state happening right now. Considering this difference, the verbs can also make a distinction between personality and mood, such as Juan es nervioso. Juan is a nervous person. Juan está nervioso. Juan is nervous right now. Other expressions that are common with each verb are es importante, es verdad, es posible, es difícil, estar de acuerdo, to agree, estar listo, to be ready, estar seguro, to be sure. Think of ser as what something is, and estar as how something is, which is a good memory trick that can help you understand the verbs. Aside from conditions, another important function of estar is the progressive tense. Spanish uses estar to express an action in progress, which is equivalent to using to be plus a gerund plus ing in English. In Spanish, there is a similar structure that uses estar, because the progressive state is something temporary, and that's why estar is used, along with a gerund that ends in ando or yendo. The ending ando is used with ar verbs, while yendo is used with and ir verbs. To form a gerund, remove the infinitive ending and add the gerund endings. Estoy hablando. I am speaking. Ella está comiendo. She is eating. As such, we can use the progressive tense with all pronouns, because it is practical in Spanish speech. Estoy estudiando español. Ella está trabajando. Estamos aprendiendo mucho. Ellos están jugando fútbol. Still, we have to consider some spelling changes in the progressive, because some verbs change their spelling to make pronunciation simple. 1. Verbs ending in er and ir with a vowel will use y in the gerund itself. This is done to not repeat the same sound twice. 2 verbs are leer and construir, with their gerunds leyendo and construyendo. Estoy leyendo. Están construyendo una casa. 2. Some stem-changing verbs will change o to u, or e to e, in the form of a gerund. Such verbs are irregular, because they're stem-changing in general, so their gerunds also change in the stem, to make the pronunciation simple. 2 verbs are dormir and pedir, with their gerunds durmiendo and pidiendo. It's not dormiendo or pidiendo. It's durmiendo and pidiendo. El perro está durmiendo. Estoy pidiendo comida. As a note, Spanish uses the progressive a bit less often than English, because the tense mainly emphasizes that an action is happening right now, which is why estar is used. Saying something like, I am studying Spanish this year would be estudio español este año. But saying estoy estudiando ahora would signify that I am studying right now. So, this is how ser and estar fully work in Spanish. Ser mainly describes permanent traits, while estar explains temporary states.